So, let's get into Want to See It.
Want to See It.
First of all, last week, we spent most of our time talking about Final Destination and Halloween 2 and which one we thought was
and we were
really
arguing,
good.
and we were wrong because I said Final Destination was PG-13, and I
Mm-hmm.
was dumb enough not to look it up, and I sincerely apologize.
But you were right that you said Final Destination will pull ahead, and you called it because of the 3D tickets are more expensive, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, and the other thing was I took into account the drop that Halloween had, the first one from the first and second week. It was like a 70% drop. So I figured it didn't have enough goodwill to kind of, had it going for you.
I thought Inglourious Bastards might be able to sneak in and hold on for another week.
It held on to the number 2 spot. At least it beat Halloween. So Halloween was third.
Right, but Final Destination made $27 million.
Yep.
Halloween 2 was third with $16 million. I don't see them holding on a whole lot this week, really. Because movies like that, generally, people go, if people want to see them, they'll see it the first week, then they have a huge drop-off, and they come out on DVD like 2 months later.
Well, I think that was the other issue, is that we put a lot of rated R, gory movies in one weekend instead of spreading them out.
Right.
And now, this weekend coming up, we have a broad range of things, so it's going to kill that whole weekend of horror.
First of all, let's talk about a movie that, on the surface, it looks like it would be something people would want to see. Sandra Bullock, Bradley Cooper, wacky romantic comedy.
Thomas Hayden Church,
Ken Jeong supporting. It sounds like it would be a fun little movie, lots of fun, but apparently not, because it's getting terrible reviews. I mean, just like the worst
I don't think
review
terrible
movie.
or even...
We're talking about All About Steve, of course.
Yes.
It's getting I think it's getting the worst reviews of the year so far.
It's at a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, 45 reviews, so 45 negative reviews.
Of
Not
course.
a single positive reviews, probably because Armand White hasn't got a chance to see it yet.
Later today, he'll put his positive
Yeah,
review
he'll put
up.
his positive review, and maybe Ben Lyons will like it.
He'll think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. We're speechless.
So, All About Steve, it's just a little surprising to me that with that sort of pedigree, it's not really working. Yeah. Extract, which I'm thinking about, we've been experiencing some triple digits, so if you got to go to an air-conditioned movie theater, I'm thinking about Extract. It's the new workplace comedy from Mike Judge. Jason Bateman is in it. Ben Affleck looks pretty funny.
Mila Kunis.
Beth Grant and Kristen Wiig, and so it looks like a really funny cast. And Mike Judge does these sorts of comedies right. And I went to the panel at Comic-Con, and it looks really funny. So I think that might be my vote, unless I don't go see Star Trek in IMAX.
Oh, that's Star Trek being re-released in IMAX. I saw it opening day in IMAX, so I think you should see it. It's amazing.
I've seen it twice already, but I haven't seen it in IMAX
It's amazing in IMAX, especially that end battle with the black hole.
Oh, yeah? All
amazing.
Right. Okay.
So Extract's at 57% right now. So that's kind of on the cusp. I think it has to get 60 to make positive. So I'm sure it probably will by the time a lot of critics see it. All of these critics, don't get a chance to see it till it opens for everyone. So like us, we're those kind of critics.
Yeah.
The other movie that's coming out has 29%, which is, it's not horrible. It's not All About Steve. I think we could start using that I think we'll start using that as a verb now.
It's not going to be a verb now.
Isn't that just making it? Dance Flick even got a higher rating than All About Steve. Okay, so anyway, Gamer, which stars Gerard Butler, Michael C. Hall, Kira Sedgwick, Ludacris.
Milo Ventimiglia is in it.
Yeah, people from Psych are in it. So
yeah.
Big cast. I was reading you the cast list, and we were like, wow, there's so many people in this movie.
Right.
It's directed by the guys who did Crank and Crank 2. It'll be visually...
We have a theory that Gerard Butler was originally supposed to be Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Because it just sounds like a Jason Statham movie.
And Jason Statham's like, wow, I'm doing the Italian Job 2, or I'm doing the Transporter 8, or whatever number they're up to now.
But basically, it's a world where gamers control real people in these big, it's like a role-playing game. And so Gerard Butler's playing the game and somebody's controlling him.
Yeah, but it's real. So they have real guns.
Right.
But I even heard that it kind of goes into a different direction, too, where his wife is being controlled. And she has to do all sorts of, sexual things.
Oh.
She's like a controlled I don't want to say prostitute, but like some dirty old man is controlling her and making her do. So it's like it's not just this game world. It's sort of like
everything
spreading out towards that. So that kind of makes it more.
It's supposed to. I get the idea. It's supposed to be thought provoking and start conversations, but at the same time, they are giving you a big action movie.
Yeah. So pick of the week. What we think.
I think number 1's going to be Gamer.
Yeah, I think Gamer will be number 1 slightly. I don't think Extract's going to do that well.
It's only opening in about 1,000 screens anyway.
So.
I think despite the bad reviews, Sandra Bullock has garnered some goodwill and Bradley Cooper's on the rise. I think people will go see All About Steve.
I think it'll be close. So I think that's where we'll talk about.
And next,
go straight into news. A lot about Fox News.
It's all Fox News today, which is just a little weird.
Not Fox News.
Yeah, just
Fox
Network
News.
So first of all, you have a bone to pick with Fox.
Yes, I've been watching Fox. I watched Hell's Kitchen. I watched Bones and Fringe last night. I've been watching for weeks, and I'll flip by if I try not to watch So You Think You Could Dance, but if I just try to watch to see if I'll see them.
Yeah.
I've seen commercials for Lie to Me, Bones, House, So You Think You Could Dance, Glee, almost every show they have except for Dollhouse. Like, what is going on? I could see where if you put it like on a Thursday where people will watch, but if you're putting on a show on Friday, make commercials for it on shows that people will watch. So Hell's Kitchen's probably their number 1 show right now.
Yeah.
Put a Dollhouse preview, even if it's like a 20-second preview, just say, Dollhouse, moving to Fridays. That's all you need. Nothing.
Especially during shows like Bones and Fringe, where there's a crossover of the audience. So people who are watching that are probably also going to watch Dollhouse.
Yeah.
You got to put the promos out there. It's almost like they don't want people to watch. And Fox.
And was that Michael Strahan?
That show, yeah.
No commercials for that one either.
Yeah, but that show looks bad.
Well, but still, you should publicize your shows.
Absolutely. Because if you watch the other networks, ABC's just inundating you with flash forward promos, and NBC, they're showing tons of commercials for Community. So it's like the other networks are really promoting, even the CW, they're really promoting their new shows, and Fox.
Well, I think they kind of put themselves in a corner too, where they're doing these commercials where it's the night as a commercial, so it's like Lie to Me and House, what a good combination, and like Glee and So You Think You Could Dance, like that's a good combination.
Right.
And then Bones and Fringe, which I hate that preview because it makes Fringe look out to be like this happy, cool, fun show, and it's not.
But it's, that's all
but
2 hours.
How would you put a Michael Strahan comedy and Dollhouse together? You can't.
You cannot.
There's no way to link that together.
Like,
maybe if like the women might like Michael Strahan and then like the guys could stick around and like Eliza Dushku.
There's just no way to put them together. You're right. So
I think maybe that's what they did. They screwed up, but then do 2 separate ones. Yeah. All right, so that's enough of my ranting.
The other thing about Fox is the president has announced he's going to address Congress next Wednesday night.
Yes.
Fox has spent tons of money promoting that next Wednesday is the premiere of So You Think You Can Dance and Glee. They've put a lot of money into it. They've been putting it out there for months. They've been putting it out there. Then the president wants to make a speech, and so then all the networks have to decide, do we bump? Well, right now, it's pretty much a no-brainer for most of the networks, but for Fox, they've got all this money invested. They've decided they're just going to show his speech on Fox News, and they're not going to bump So You Think You Can Dance and Glee, which, frankly, I'm okay with. As much as I'm a fan of the president, I feel sometimes like they don't always need to interrupt the programming on networks, especially now that you have the 24-hour news networks and you have the internet, and there's plenty of ways you can see a presidential speech. Now, yes, he's addressing a joint session of Congress. It's a pretty big deal, but I can understand from Fox's point of view, they've put a lot of money into this promotion, and they just can't bump it a week all of a sudden.
No, I agree. And it'll be on enough channels. So.
It's just kind of funny that it's come out to like it's the president versus the Glee Club,
Which would be cool. So let's go right into Stump the Host. We're running out of time.
Okay.
So we'll have a quick question. Talking about All About Steve with Sandra Bullock. What is Sandra Bullock's highest rated movie on Internet Movie Database?
Her highest rated movie?
Yes.
I'm going to say Speed.
That was number 2. It's actually Crash. People forget she's in Crash.
I did forget she's in there.
Yeah, so check out our website. It is inscaped.com. We might be back next week, depending on if we film early or not, or if we film live at the convention. But we have big news coming up, so keep track of us.
Yeah.